Indigenous player has been discriminated and still have been discriminating throughout the league, and there's no action being taken to resolve this problem. Today we'll be looking at three main people, and my focus question for today is how would racism against the First Nation players hinder their performance. Well, let's start with the first one on Jordan Tutu. Jordan Tutu was a professional NHL player, and during one of his game and kid yelled out, "Hey, Eskimos, go back to where you come from, igloos." This racism is cruel, and he will feel that he does not belong, and he will continuously think about that why is igloo bad and all these stuff. So it will hinder his performance because he can't focus on the game properly. He even was said in the book that what's wrong with being in an igloo. So he was keep on thinking about it throughout his game, and it would affect his game negatively. And also in one of his game, he accidentally bit a player's hand, and he was called animal because Eskimos eat raw food, and he was basically treated like an animal just because he was indigenous people. So all these racial acts will discourage him and might make him play at a lower level, causing him or hindering his performance. Second one is Davina McLeod. Davina McLeod is a professional women's NHL player who has been faced racism just because she's an indigenous hockey player. Davina was a successful racing star in the women's NHL, and her racism acts her discouraging her and downgrading her performance. So in one of her game, her opposing team player yelled out a racial taunt, "Dirty Edward Indian." She was shocked and discouraged by these racial slurs, and she was keep on thinking about it throughout the game. These slurs are deep and can affect these players mentally, and so when they're playing, they can't really focus, just like Jordan Tutu, and it will hinder her performance. These racial slurs or negative atmosphere will affect Davina's game mindset, and even the next day she goes, she'll keep on thinking about it. So, and these players have like their main job as hockey, so if they play lower quality, it might cost their job as well. So yeah, it will hinder their performance. And Davina and her team Davina's team is an indigenous group, so they're all being discriminated, and they are all play under pressure and in a negative environment throughout their NHL league, so therefore hindering their performance, and will hinder to express their full potential as well. Finally, we have Ethan Bear. Ethan Bear is an also a racing star in the NHL who played for the Oilers. And throughout his successful career path, he was faced with many racism. During one of his games, his teammate he bumped into his teammate and was called F-word Indian. Being or your teammate being racist to you is more hurting than anyone else because it's your own teammate, and each time you see that teammate will hurt him more. So it's the same case for Ethan Beer. He couldn't focus while playing because he was playing with the same guy who called him that slur, and even moving on, I feel like he wouldn't be the same, and he can't focus on like big games because their chemistry will be bad. And through this negative energy, he can truly show his potential, and it will always keep in his mind that what happened, and also hinder his performance. Although no action has been taken, us normal citizens can promote these negative things on our social media and help these indigenous players to advocate for um, positive outcomes. And also, we always have to remember that these indigenous people have left their own land for us to live happily. So we should always not take that as granted, and always need to remember what they have done and what they have sacrificed. Thank you for listening to my presentation.